Hey guys, what's up? Right here. This is the second time I'm recording this video because the first one was just unnecessarily long. But this is going to be kind of another gold making video about Transmog here. I made one before and I'll put it somewhere in the annotations so that you can watch it, which shows basic tips and tricks for selling Transmog here. But I wanted to make a video showing the specific pieces that I've actually been able to sell. So, oh my god, I don't know if you can hear that, but it is about two storm something spears. So we're going to look at TSM in my resale and okay, average resale profit. So these are the pieces that I purchased that sold really well, and so I wanted to make a video on that for those that maybe want to get started in the transfer market but they're not sure where to begin. The pieces that I recommend always looking at are plate. And three sets that I recommend looking at: Glorious, Bloodscale, and Conquerors. Those are pretty much always well. And then also the 5.2 troll items, which I'll show you. My friend Elvine has a bunch of lists on his website, which I'll link everything down below. So you can go check it out and use his shopping list, which is what I use. So, yeah. So these are some of the pieces that I purchased for cheap and I was able to sell for even more gold. So this is a dagger, which I think is a 5.2 dagger. I bought it for 100 gold and resold it for 2,375. That's over 2,200 profit. This piece is a head cleaner, which I think is also just like a weapon, like an axe or something. And I got that for 150 and sold it for 1,187, so 1,037 profit. The Journeyman's vest, which I heard about from Elvine, I got for 102, and I was able to sell 3 of them so far for 886. I bought 7 in total. Here's a head cover that I bought for 100 that I resold for 855. Another head cleaver for 207 that I sold for 949. Some leg plates for 217 that I sold for 949 so far. Staff I bought for 99 and sold it for 807. One for 100 blood scale piece, which is what I mentioned, which I sold for 806. One that I bought for 35 that I sold for 644. One that I bought for 14 that I sold for 599, and another one that I bought for 34 that I sold for 522. There's a bunch of other stuff you're gonna see. Like plates I bought for 7 that I sold for 228. So basically what I do, I don't do this every day, but I do this as often as possible, a couple times a week. Specifically I will search for blood scale and Conquerors and Warriors. And I've already bought them. So the cheapest right now is 200. I'm not going to spend that much on something. If you're on a lower pop server or medium pop server, currently I'm on dark server, which is considered high pop, very high pop, and I can usually buy stuff, sometimes for 100 gold, sometimes for less. That's usually kind of where I like to stick around. Sometimes I buy stuff that's 200 gold, but you kind of have to make your best judgment on that. If you're just starting out, stick to 100 gold or less, and go from there. This is the 5.2 stuff that I was talking about. You can see I have a lot listed because in the video that I made and then I decided to do, I was doing all this stuff. So I kind of just go through and just check items, see if there is anything that really just like jumps out at me that is cheap and looks like something that I could sell. Since I just did this a few minutes ago, there's not really anything. So I'm not really going to be too worried about that. And then I just use Transmog Master and post everything. And I definitely recommend using Transmog Master to post everything because otherwise it is just a giant pain in the butt to post everything. So this is a high pop server, and I also play on a low medium pop server, which I left stuff on too. So I'm actually going to go ahead and swap to that character and show the items that I purchased there. And again, if you are going to start doing this, start small, buy a couple of plate pieces, see how it goes, and most of all, have patience. Because just because you purchase something for really, really cheap, and you're so excited, and you're like, oh my god, I'm going to have so much gold, it might take a while to sell. Sometimes it's taken me a month to sell something. Sometimes I can sell it in a couple hours. I mean, it really just depends on everything I'm looking at. And I use alt characters to list everything. I don't do it on my main or any character that I play frequently because backspace aplenty. You will use a lot of backspace once you actually start building up an inventory. And that can be slightly problematic on a character that is your main. So that is why I do it on an alt. So I do all my stuff on Dark Spirit on Veroicone, which is an alt druid that I have, just like 56 or something. And then on Dark Spirit I do everything on my Death Knight. so I definitely recommend having bad access to a bank on my DK, so sometimes I'll put extra stuff. Like if I have a lot of one item, I'll put the extra stuff in the bank, and then just take it out if I need to put everything. My computer is really slow, so it's just going to take a minute. I really need a new computer. So they're with me in the loading screen and just pair so delicious. And if you don't know what that means, Google it. It's a funny image, and that's what I think are very attractive. And I curled my hair yesterday for a video for something, and my side bangs are kind of like, they're a little long, so they're kind of like in my face, and I'm trying to keep them not in my face, and it's not working very well. It's like I need to play like Jeopardy music right now. I think I already mentioned this, but in case I didn't, you can check out Elvine's website. I'll link everything down below. He also does, I think, daily streams, which you can kind of see him in action. And I don't think he streams on Sunday. Maybe I did if he doesn't stream. But again, I'll link everything below so you can check it out, because this is where I learned about Transmog, so I'm not going to take credit for it. But you can definitely make some pretty good gold. Alright, here we go. Here's my DK. So, if everything loads, I don't think I have. I checked all the bills already, and I sold some stuff today. Oh, here's something. I sold that for 216 and that for 216. Anything else in here? So I'm just going to check here. But here are the most notable pieces that I sold on this character. So, there's a resale. Average resale profit. Yes, that's what I looked at. Okay. So one was the Revenant leggings, the best item I'm looking at, as well as the Templar, if you can find them on the auction for cheap. I purchased them for super fur. I purchased them for 4 gold and was able to sell them for $23.75. And I bought this Klexos hide mantle for 20 gold, and I was able to sell it for $23.75. I've gotten Peacekeeper leggings for 35, which I also sold for $23.75. The shoulders for 40, which I sold for $23.75. And you'll notice this disc, which is a 5.2 shield. I bought for $227, which I don't recommend spending that much unless you think you're going to have to sell it for high. But I was able to sell it for $23.25, so that's why I bought it. Blood scale boots, I think so far, 107 for $1,900. There's just some other stuff like these gauntlets I bought for $7. I sold for $13.30. My biggest one, I think there's some stuff that I screwed myself on, just random crap. My biggest sale was, or like the biggest profit, I would say, was the blood spattered shield of the boar. I bought for 75 silver and I sold it for 252 gold. That is not too shabby. So I basically do the exact same thing I do on this character. I check my mail, which I'm not going to do right now because there's no point in it. And I go to the buy tab, I use Auctionator to use these lists, and I just go through, I check 5.2 stuff because that still sells pretty well. Pick up stuff you have it on your server, definitely get it. I'm not gonna buy it though. Yeah, I kind of just go through, I check everything and see, and then I also do my usual searches on blood scale and stuff. That is only if I don't want to go through all of these lists. Shields I also check because most for whatever reason sell really well too. And I check that. That little guide to it. Scan. This isn't really a lot of pay that much for anything. And, you can just check random things and see what stuff's selling for, and kind of go from there. But those are the more, that's a risk card, I wouldn't buy those. Those are the most notable pieces that I have purchased that I was able to sell. I definitely, again, if you want to break out into the Transmog market, kind of start out small, buy just a couple pieces if you know that they're small, or like if they're low in price. But don't buy everything. And I would definitely start with plate pieces because those seem to sell the easiest. I don't know why. But I've made actually quite a bit of gold from doing this. And again, have patience. I'll put Elvine stuff below so that you can get his listings and everything. His shopping list, which does need to handy. Or you can make one if you really want to. But thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you can always check out his stream. and you can ask him there, or you can ask me in the comment section below, or tweet me here, whatever. But thank you for watching, and may the auction sales be ever in your favor, I guess. Have a good day.